It's drannz.
Wow, I'm just picking up. We're on opposite sides. So
Are we?
Usually I'm always on that side.
Pay attention to me! Hey, we're back.
Again,
It's drannz.
it's on the...
And welcome to May I. This is our new setup. Again! If you like it, let us know. If you don't, we'll probably ignore you because don't worry, we'll have a new setup in 2 weeks.
In probably a week. Let's not
And
lie to
probably a
ourselves.
week. So,
We'll start with the question. What was commented, which I love when people do that. Keep doing that. That's
please.
great. It actually,
Honestly, we love it. I don't like this comment. They said I look better with my blonde hair, so what, I look ugly now?
No, it's just because he liked you with your blonde hair. That's why.
So it's right, I should have stayed blonde.
You enjoyed it. It's fine. You had your blondes. The brunettes have fun.
My
for a
hair
month.
feels...
That's fun. Blondes just have more fun in general.
They get paid more too, so...
This is true. Alex.
Assumption.
How does tipping service work, and how do servers pay the bill if people don't tip? You want to start with your
Golf course? Okay,
course?
so golf course, we tip out 2%, whereas the restaurant where we worked in, we tip out 5%. So, quick math. Oh, I'll just use the other place as an example. So we tip out 4% on our sales to back of house, expo, host, and we don't have a busser, but if we did, whatever. So if I sell $1,000, $40 of my tips goes to back of house, expo, like I give it in my cash out at the end of the night. But if you do not tip me, let's say I have one bill and it's $1,000 and you do not tip me, I still have to pay those other people. I have to give them $40 of my own money.
Basically, when it comes to everyone else gets paid. But
Always,
bartenders
regardless.
and servers, we still always have to work for our money. At my place, we do 5% in total. It is 2% to your bar, and it is 3% to your kitchen. Now, I don't have bussers or hosts.
Expos?
Or expos, any of that. I don't have that. It's just me as our servers, bartenders, and kitchen. That's what we have. Yeah, so that, Alex, is how it works.
Tip your server, because I'm literally paying for you to eat.
Yeah, and paying for me to work for you, basically.
Yeah.
Also, in case I misread the question, because like, how does tipping service work? If you're talking about also how it works to tip a server, just do percentage.
Percentage, yeah.
Percentage is the easiest way to do.
You can do it on your phone. If you don't know how to do it, I can literally give you the equation right here.
You can even
that's the only
ask
kind of
your
math I
server,
know how to do.
You can be like, hey, can you put 10% in? Or hey, can you put
Don't
15
do 10%. If you put 10%, fuck you. If you watch this podcast and you put 10% in, fuck you. If you ask a server to put... How many times have you had it where it's like, can you put 10% in? I'm like, fucking for sure, bro. Yeah, 100%. Oh, it's a $50 bill? $5. Was that so hard, bitch? Was that so hard?
Sometimes I will take the 10% over anything because I know it's at least it guarantees me my tip out, and
It's better than nothing.
But if you actually enjoyed me and you had banter with me and we had fun, we can look back and laugh on this another day.
If I made your experience enjoyable.
You
got everything you needed.
Minimum 15.
Minimum 15.
If you really enjoyed it, 20, 25. Give me 100.
I'm honestly 18. I consider myself... I said this to a fellow server the other day. I was like, I consider myself a 20% server. And they were like, I'm totally fine with 15. I'm like, okay, but I have like...
You have no values for yourself.
And like, I talk to my tables, I get to know them, I make sure they have absolutely everything, I recommend things. If they get my recommendations, I always see if they like it. I mean, yes, I'll take 15, there's nothing wrong with it, but I consider myself a 20% server. Like,
yeah. I mean, like, I consider myself a nice girl, but, you know, I'll still sleep with a guy on the first date. You know, like, that's, like, that's the deal.
That's how you serve. That's serving. Yeah, because so I worked my first brunch.
Your first ever?
Yeah. Okay, sorry, buffet brunch.
Oh.
I worked my first buffet brunch.
You guys had buffet?
We gotta go. This is literally every time we film with you. I have to do this.
To take out all the stuffing. Right,
She's like, I'm taking out all the fun stuff. Okay, so I worked my first buffet. Meaning, I was like, hey guys, like, so what do we do? Like, the people go and get their own food and continuously do it. I have a busser working and a host working. So the busser is gonna clear my plates. The host is gonna seat my reservations. I was like, what do we do? They're like, you literally pour coffee, refill coffee. Get drinks, because so tea and coffee are included, nothing else is. I was like, do you make good money? They're like, yeah, you literally do nothing all day. I'm like, I hate doing that. I hate going to work and doing nothing. Yeah. It goes by so slow, and I thought it would be a great idea to get really fucked up the night before and then go into an 8 o'clock shift. My first buffet. So it was miserable. I had a awful time. Such a nightmare. I had like 7 reservations in my section, because then on buffets we do sections.
Okay.
And we don't do sections usually. No. It's just table for table.
Oh.
So, all of my reservations except for 2 canceled.
Oh wow.
2 of my reservations.
Big ones or?
Yeah.
Oh.
Which took up my whole section. I'm not doing anything, so you get 15%, 10%.
For nothing.
I didn't do anything, but I'm still not making any money. And because I was talking to these girls, that's the thing, is like, they're not new at serving, but they're like, yeah, you make good money. And she's like, I got 15% on a $200 bill for doing nothing. I'm like, I want 20% on the $200 bill, and I'll work my ass off for it. That's fine.
I know, but these girls, they worked at our Dean's. Like they're used to organizing the earrings and punching little child's ears with plastic earrings. Like, that's what they're used to doing. Remember me when I was naive and I first started? I was like, oh my god, I wrote $100 out of $1,100. And you're like, oh honey.
Oh honey.
Oh honey, no.
I'll never forget when that one server, she sold 15 and she walked away with 100.
Oh, and
she's like, I've never made this much money before. I'm like, 15. She sold $1,500 and she made 100. So usually I don't know if this will answer anyone's questions. Usually you make, so at the golf course, I make 20% of my sales.
Yeah, I would say at mine, I would make at least 20.
Yeah, 18-20% of your sales.
With foreigners, because they think giving us cash is a lot better, which is true.
It's fine, yeah. But it's like, if you no-tip me on a debit, but you're giving me cash, I'm still tipping out with your cash.
Yeah, exactly. So it's not like it's just
But people say you're not taxed on it, but I'm like...
True.
I lie on my taxes anyway. I'm going to cut that out just in case IRS is watching.
IRS is a fan.
Could you imagine? Gotcha, bitch!
Gotcha! I knew this stakeout would work.
Been watching for 2 years now. Oh my god, I charged this for like an hour. Oh wait.
No, that's that. You done
Oh my god, my eyes are getting so mad. I was like, what the fuck?
The battery!
Already? We haven't even gotten to a real story yet. This is so much rambling, and I know editing Darian's gonna hate this. But I saw a comment someone was like, yes, make May I long again. I'm like, I mean, the last one was 20 minutes. I don't know, we're just rambling.
But thank you for the comment. Please comment more.
Yeah, if you have any more questions. Really, oh my god, if we did a Q&A May
a live
Q&A, that one would be really long because we ramble. Yeah. You don't even know how much shit I have to cut out every week.
No, I think that'd be a great idea. We just have to make sure people are tuning in. Okay?
Tell your friends.
That's on you guys.
Tell your friends, because I don't want to have to buy subscribers. Can you please tell the story you told me earlier?
Yeah, that's the one I told you in the car? Mm-hmm. Okay. So, Saturday night is gong show night. That's just how it's been ever since I started at my new place. So, I had a full section, and these guys come in. They're very alpha. Very
alpha male?
Alpha male.
Yeah.
And
but like in his head alpha male, or you're like,
oh,
alpha?
For sure. Like, he's like, yeah, no, I'm definitely not thinking you're alpha, and like I do succumb.
He probably has a huge truck and a small wiener.
I go over, he's like, I want a jug. I was like, okay, jug of
what? You fucking turd.
I had someone the other day. Do you guys have vodka?
No, we drink well
I'm
water.
literally standing behind the entire wall of vodka. No, we don't have vodka. What would you like?
We only do fucking whiskey, you pussy.
So this guy gets a jug of Budweiser or whatever, and 4 glasses. And I'm like, okay, you have people coming? Like, are you just gonna be you sipping on it with a straw? He's like, no. His friends start to join. I start getting really busy, and bring one jug, get the second one. And then I go around the corner, and then I hear like a, and like this guy had dropped the jug all over himself and like the table and stuff. And my fellow server was like, you should probably cut them off. Like, they just spilled a whole jug. Like, and they're like,
and like, who
really
does
rowdy.
that unless you're, and like, didn't you say that they were like roid monkeys or whatever.
Honestly.
And they're like, oh, heavy.
Yeah. It hurts. My wrist. Fuck. Although, okay, when you're picking up a tray and your wrist gives out.
Okay, yes, but I'm not doing steroids. I'm a small human.
Like, so I go over to them and I'm like, hey guys, what the fuck happened? Like,
Are you
do I
just
need
stupid?
to cut you off?
Yeah.
Or do you, like, is something going on? And meanwhile, these two guys are bickering. Now, they're bickering and, like, they're, like, doing that. It's a very cultural based thing. Like, they're doing this thing. Come here. Like,
Hey, man. I fucking hate it. Don't touch my face.
but they're that close. So
it's like, are you guys fighting or
are you making out?
Are you
like,
like,
is
let's
this foreplay?
just get the fuck out of here.
Or
Let's get out of here right now.
I can't tell if it's fighting or foreplay. But at this moment, I go over, I'm like, hey, so do I need to cut you guys off? No, I'm fine. And I'm looking at every single one of them, looking at their eyes, you know, looking at all this situation. And honestly, they're fine. Like, they're not, like, I've dealt with way worse, and I've served worse.
Mm-hmm.
So, the guy, he's like, I'm a regular, like, I've come here before. I'm like, okay, I've seen you once before, so don't call yourself a regular, but whatever. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna put myself on the line for you guys. My favorite phrase to use, because I'm never actually doing that. It's just, it's a way to make
But they're
someone
like,
feel guilty.
wow, she's a good person.
Wow, she's going out for me. Like, yeah. So I go and I bring the next jug. So I go drop it off, and we're filming!
She made us mac and cheese.
Shout out to Caitlin. So I drop off the jug.
A new jug.
The new jug, and I told them, I was like, you guys are paying for the one you spilled, and you're paying for this one. No bullshit. So, and they're like, yeah, we got it. And I'm like, cool. So I drop it off, and I start walking away. Now I've gone down the steps, and I'm walking around the corner now. And then I hear, hey, whoa, and I go around the corner, and I see my table. You know those two guys who were bickering? They are now in full fisticuffs and, like, getting pushed out. I have one bartender who's jumped the bar and, like, gotten in between. I have another one who's like, get the fuck out. And then I have these two guys apparently that were walking away. Now, I'm already on this other side, and I've got, like, 3 new tables. I'm freaking out. I'm like, fuck, how, okay. Priority. So I'm, like, trying to think, I'm like, okay, if I do this, and this now, then I can book it to that table and see, like, what's going on.
Yeah.
So the guy had already gone, so I was like, fuck. So I go over to the table, and because I had seen that they had been putting cash on the table. I don't know if they were, like, betting or they were doing something, but it was weird. But there was $100 cash on the table and 2 phones. So I was like, immediately, I go grab those phones. I'm like, they're probably gonna come back for them. And then also I grab the cash. I'm like, that pays for the bill. Because it was $85 or whatever. So it would have been like a $15 tip. And you know what? Because I dealt with your bullshit, I think I deserve it. So I grabbed that and I put it all there. They still had, like, full thing of wings. And I left it on the table. Meanwhile, I have people being like, hey, is this table free? Is this table free? Because it's self-seating.
Oh.
Everyone is, like, fucking going for the table like a hawk. So I'm like, okay, guys, let me deal with this first.
Give me 2 fucking minutes. Did you not just see the guy who just got his ass whipped?
Exactly. And then so I talked to my fellow server. I'm like, what the fuck happened? Because I didn't see any of it. This guy, the one of the 2 bickering guys, grabbed him by the throat, and there's, like, little steps, and threw him down the steps. And, like, was having a fucking brawl with him. So, reasonably enough, they got kicked
Careful
out.
with the light.
That's what good pussy sounds like.
Have you seen that?
No.
You haven't seen that?
It's a vine. It's like this boy, he's like stirring his mac and cheese.
No, the mom's stirring and the little boy's like there and he goes, that's what good pussy sounds like. And she's like, ha, what?
That's what good pussy sounds like.
My coworker server, the gem that she is, she goes and stops the guy, the, like, ringleader guy, made him pay, and he, like, tipped 10% on an $85. I was like, okay, whatever. But I didn't know this at the time, so I still had the cash and everything. These guys come up to me, and they're like, hey, where are the phones? Where are the phones and the cash that was on the table? I was like, first off, maybe a quick apology. Sorry for my friends. Might be a quick, nice thing to say. And I was like, okay, I have your phones and I have the cash, but you gotta remember you have an $85 bill that I think you can leave the cash and that'd be fine. And he's like, okay, yeah, just give me the phone. So I was like, okay. Then my fellow server comes to me, because remember at that point I didn't know that they had paid the bill. She comes to me and she's like, oh, he already paid and he tipped 10%. I was like, did you already pay? He's like, yeah, I already paid. I was like, did he fucking pay? Like, it seemed really sus to me.
Yeah.
And she's like, no, he did. He's just fucking out of it. I was like, okay. And he has the gall to be like, hey, I want my wings packed up. I was like, what? I have 8 tables at this moment still. And meanwhile, I have guys, like, trying to go in this dirty table and, like, fuck fucking wait. At this point, he was being very rude to me. I probably could have handled it better, but whatever, I don't care. So I palm the wings, and the containers are here. I grab right in front of him, palm the wings, put them in the thing, put them in the container. I'm like, you can go. Have a good night. And he's just like, I was like, oh. I think the gods were looking down on me because when I went back to the table, because I still had to clean it up, there was a $20 bill at the table. They're like, this was left on the table. I was like, I don't know if the palming is gonna give me any good karma, but
Well, you'll see tonight.
I had a guy freak out at my coworker because she wouldn't let him have the half-eaten spinach dip that was on someone else's table, and she's like, "That's a liability. Like, if you get sick from that, like, you could fuck us over, and it's like it's also just not healthy. Like, you shouldn't do that."
You don't know those people.
And he was like, "You're just like," he said, "Where are you from?" And she's like, "Oh, like New Zealand."
New Zealand.
Accurate, actually. And she was like, in New Zealand, and he was like, "Ooh, that's where you guys eat cats, you fucking disgusting people, like fucking cats and dogs." And
New Zealand?
yeah, I was like, that's the wrong
Is that
place.
real? No.
We had to get the
Was
cops
he
involved.
homeless or something?
No, not my. I call him a pirate because he kept drinking dirty pirate hookers, and he also kind of had a bandana and maybe had a eye patch. I can't remember that.
We had a party of 60 come in, and there was 3 of us, and we did 20 per person, and then plus, a third of the restaurant each. And then it was fine because it wasn't that busy. Like, we were lucky it wasn't that busy, but I still had, I had a 6, a 4, a 3, and a 2. That's unheard of at any other place.
Yeah, that's an array.
At the end, so my party was paying, and then so was my manager's party, and our machines stopped working. And they're like, "So is it free?" I'm like, "No,
That's not a funny joke.
it's not." So I was like, "What the fuck are we gonna do?" Because I'm like, we're looking.
Can't
we're
you
both
do standalone payments?
It wasn't. I know, but it was the Ethernet.
Oh, like it was everything.
It was everything. Like we literally
no.
looked up at each other, and he's like, "What? Fuck." Then we literally kicked something, and the Ethernet started working. I swear to God, it just started working. Thank God.
I love that.
Because I had to do 20 payments because of course they're all separate.
I don't know what it is. People think they can vape or smoke inside, but I had 2 instances in one night. I had one guy actually grab his vape inside. I was coming this way, his back was towards me, and he's doing this. And I go to drop it off, and you can see that he's trying to hide it. He's doing like this. And I'm like, "Hey honey, you can't be doing that in here." So, and also if my big scary bartender sees you do that, he's gonna kick you out. So you can't let any of the smoke come out. So you need to make sure all that stays in there and no smoke comes out. Okay, thank you. And so I literally see this guy. He's like he can't do it.
Yeah.
And it was funny. He tipped me the best out of all of them.
Get up and go outside and
just go to the washroom. I don't even care. And then I had a freaking drunk bitch light a cigarette in the restaurant, and I had to I was over here, she was over there at the bar. The bartender's back was turned, and so I was like, "Hey, what are you doing?" And she's like, and I go over, grab the cigarette, put it in water. It's like, "Don Draper, this isn't the 1950s. You can't do this shit." And she's like, Okay, side note. I don't wear server shoes anymore. Like my server shoes. I just wear my regular Vans.
Yeah, I wear Converse at golf course.
But my feet don't stink the same way anymore.
Neither do I.
So, but now I have this new thing. My feet get really dry now.
Oh.
Very dry.
Okay. This shit, if you're a server and you have dry ass feet,
Yeah? Should I buy some?
it's like $30.
Worth it?
Do you want to put it on right now? It's so greasy. It's like Pepto-Bismol paste.
Was that the shit that spilled in your mom's car?
Yep. That's why it's half empty.
Oh, no
If
wonder
you
were
are a
pissed.
server or your feet get super dry, this shit from Lush, oh my God. Thomas hates it when I put it on.
It smells like
It's like
something my mom used
Pepto-Bismol
to-
and peppermint.
Yeah. So something my mom used to put on.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
So, do you want to use some of that? Why is it dripping? Where is it coming from?
I don't know. I'm just grabbing everything.
What the fuck is going on?
My feet already feels nice. Welcome to our foot ASMR.
I don't even know if this is considered a may I. This is just a rant. Festivus!
tippers!
Worst tippers first because we're trying to end off on a positive note.
Okay, so my worst tipper, I have 2.
Oh, I have one. I figured it out. Go.
I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna do this one because it was really bad. So I had a $72 bill. It was just 2 of them. They just got jug after jug after jug, and fries and wings. That's all I got. But they started getting more and more like rude, and I think I kind of lost them at the beginning because it took me like probably 5 minutes to get to them just because I had other things to do and I didn't know that they sat in my section right away.
Yeah.
And then she like looks at me, but then when she looks at me, she's just like, and I'm like, yeah, no, I'll be right there. My favorite thing to do is be like, once again,
You wait.
so I go and I drop it off, and then by the time I bring the bill, and it was $72 bills, and I was like, okay.
Server gods, if you are there, help a sister out.
And then give me $1.
Ew.
$1 fucking dollar. And the worst part of this is that literally no more than 5 minutes later, they come back with a new friend. And then they get 2 rounds. I stop serving the one guy. Like, the one guy finishes his beer. I don't even offer him another. I was like, he's so drunk. And it was the guy that tipped me $1. I was like, I don't really care about you anymore.
Yeah, fuck you.
And then they ask for the bill, and I drop it off. And I had a feeling, so I run to the table and go grab the money before they start to leave. And they tried to stiff me $10. So I go run after him like, hey, you owe me $10. And the guy, like, I'm literally getting up in this guy's girl, like, I'm like this. And this guy's like, no, haha, no. I was like, you owe me $10. You're not leaving until I get my $10. And the lady gives me $10. I was like, thank you. She's like, we got her, like, yep. And I left and just fucking gave me 50 cents on 36. So, yeah.
We're literally on the
keeps me up here.
same wavelength because that literally happened to me. That's like
Really?
really super. Yeah.
Yeah?
So I had this table and they pissed me off in the beginning because they ordered 1 coffee with an extra cup. So because it's refillable and they want to pay for 1 coffee but they want 2 coffees. And I was like, oh, so you want 2 coffees? They're like, no, 1 coffee with an extra cup. I'm like, so you're splitting the coffee. So that's 2 coffees. No, fine, just 1 coffee.
Did you half fill it?
No, I just brought 1 coffee, but one drank 1, and then they put it back in front of her, filled it, gave it to the other one. I knew they were gonna do that regardless, but I wasn't bringing 2 fucking cups.
No.
So their bill was $62.75 or something, and they leave, and I'm like, thank you, have a good night. They left me $60.75. I was like, and I go to my manager, I'm like, yo, they stiffed me $2.
Yeah, like,
I was like, that's so fucking annoying. He's like, fuck that. And so he took off 3 things. He took off the coffee and then he took off like half their appy.
Aww.
I was like, I love you. So it wasn't my worst
Sweet.
tipper, but I didn't.
It worked out in the end.
It worked out in the end. Men's dinners!
So I had these gentlemen just drinking beers. One of the guys had got 1 beer and put 20 on the table. And then by the time I got to the other guys for doing payment and stuff, they all tipped me 25%. And then the one guy who was gone, and there was like an extra 20 on the table, I was like, so is this 20 for the $4.60? And they're like, yeah. And I was like, okay, so how much do you guys want me to bring back? They're like, nothing. Like, what? And I go and I come, I was like, wait, what?
Wait,
like,
I'm stupid.
pardon me.
What?
$20, $4. He's like, yeah, he's gone. Like, it's his, fuck him, he's gone. I was like,
my best one is, we get a lot of these like business groups that'll come in, like they'll go golf all day. They're honestly my favorite tables.
yeah.
They'll go golf all day. They have a business card.
Love it.
And they're just
Heavy?
hungry and thirsty. Yeah. They're like, you know what I want? I want this red wine. It's $60. I'm like, fucking for sure, bro. I have to crack her open with a stupid thingy. But I'll do that for you. They ordered 3 bottles, so I had to do it 3 times.
3?
Yeah.
Like one after the other, or like all of them?
No, they were there for like 4 hours.
Oh, okay.
They were there for like 4 hours. They drank a lot of water, and they had appies and full meals. And they were big men.
Yeah, big man. You can handle your bottle.
Oh, yeah. There was like 4 of them, too. I don't know. Anyways, their bill was $300, and he gave me $65.
Solid.
Like, thank you. I appreciate you.
Appreciate you all the way.
And he's like, thank you so much for wine. And he complimented my bottle service because I did it properly.
good.
I was like, But yeah, that was our weird, ranty, long episode.
That was a long ass episode, but you know what? That was kind of fun.
That's fun. I enjoyed that. But yeah, we hope you enjoy. If you like this style better, let us know. If you fucking hate it, let us know. We'll probably ignore you. This is how we work. Thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. And remember, tip your motherfucking servers, bitch.